it was something that the people expected, and it was supposed to encourage law and order.
Well, I will help you out there. So policing started in England with Robert Peel.
Okay.
And usually back then was volunteer job where they have certain number of people who help police their community. Then during the Industrial Revolution, it became clear that some of the members of the community need to be paid so that they can be enforce the law and prevent crime.
Something like civil defense?
No, it wasn't like that. It's not. Let me finish. Okay. So it was like some people need to be paid as a full time. That's why you hear the phrase "police are the people and the people are the police." But the police are members of the community that is policing the policing job full time.
Okay.
So the primary mission of the police is to prevent crime and disorder.
Okay.
That's the primary mission. But by the time I remember as a young recruit, my sergeant told me that, look, by the time we start arresting people, we have failed in our job as a police officer.
Say that again, please.
By the time you start arresting people, you have failed in your job as a police officer. So because now you are reacting to crime.
Instead of
that's not your primary purpose.
Crime.
It's your primary purpose.
That's
your mission.
This is interesting. Now I'm particularly happy. Okay, my Instagram people are on and I'm beginning to see reactions. You're all welcome. Yes, Soni Irabor Live is back in proper way. From now on, we'll be Instagramming and Facebooking, but today we're Instagramming. All right. So
that's how we started. And although you do enforcement, but the idea was that you need people who are paid full time to ensure and enhance the well-being and safety of the people. Because the problem is felt like with Nigeria, to put it in proper context, Nigeria today is more of fear of crime. People are afraid that they're going to be invaded or by criminals.
So we are reacting.
You are reacting, and not only just reacting, it's affecting your general well-being and enjoyment of your life.
Oh boy.
So the people may not, psychologically you go to bed at night and you are not happy because you are afraid the crime may happen. So what needs to happen is, this is why police this is where police come in. You come on an idea and you look at it from community policing aspect of it, and you said, what are the reasons why people commit crime?
Okay.
You take out the symptoms why people commit crime. Once you take it out, then that way.
Okay. Before we go further into
it, like maybe I'm going too deep already.
No, it's good. I'm enjoying it. I just wanted to say, before we go that way, let us now find out, why do people commit crime?
Okay. One of the things you must realize is that people, in every crime, this is social aspect of it.
Yes.
People don't just commit crime for no reason. It could be education. I'm generalizing, but not generalizing. Most people low education commit more crime. It's also education affects your propensity to commit crime.
Okay.
Also your background, poverty. If you are poor, then you are not. It doesn't mean every poor person commit crime, but it's just that you are vulnerable. Excuse me, to commit crime. Then you also have to look at mental health.
Yeah.
I know in Nigeria it's not being treated, it's not being taken that seriously like the way we do in Canada. A lot of the crime you see here are people are not mentally stable.
I noticed that my wife was doing research on that mental health.
Mentally stable. I can support her with that each year. I did a lot of extensive study on how mental health affect crime, because at that time, like you see, a lot of people with the police, with everyone, a lot of people are not mentally stable. So you get a guy with a gun and not mentally stable, it's going to be a problem. Same thing with, just think about it, a man with no education and is poor. Those are enough stresses to
make him do all kinds of terrible things.
To make you mentally unstable. It's not stable. And then you do things that you non ordinarily would do if you are stable. And the thing is, in Nigeria, if you don't take it seriously, there's no medication, there's no proper funding for it. So you got a lot of people running around who are not supposed to be in position of power, or who are even criminals. Because it takes a lot to take a gun against another human being and shoot them.
Okay, now that's the people's reaction.
Yes.
Let's now go to those empowered by law, employed to do the job of policing, of maintaining law and order.
Yes.
And okay, right. And you already established the fact that when a police starts to arrest, he's not doing his job.
That means you're not doing that. You did not use your job is to prevent it. That's number one.
Okay.
Your job is to prevent crime and disorder, to ensure the well-being and safety of your people. And you also have to assist victims of crime. And not only that, you have to work with the people. Because police can only do their job if they got the maximum cooperation from the people.
Shouldn't the police therefore enlighten the people more about their services to the people?
Yes, but you are talking about the idea.
Okay.
But I will go further that even most police officers in Nigeria, and I have a lot of their friends, don't even know their job much to know to educate the people. Because we inherited the British system of policing for colonialism, and we have not had enough leadership to actually change it to fit present-day policing.
Yeah.
Because what you have is police officers that are poorly trained, the recruitment process is porous, is garbage, and they don't have the equipment, they don't have the proper uniform, the orientation, they are not motivated. Because they are not motivated, so they are not dedicated to the job. People like to blame Nigerian police officers, but
by motivation you mean not well paid?
By motivation, I mean, okay, I'll give you an example. When I was at the police college in Toronto, Ontario Police College, I remember sitting in the classroom with about 18 officers in the classroom, and I was the only black officer. Officer, I think they're not black female. And I remember the sort of comment. I said, "Look, you are very lucky people. Not lucky you work so hard. You deserve it. You are the best. About 1,000 people apply for this job. They will selected very few of you, and you should be very proud of your achievement. You should be very proud of who you are. That is psychologically a blessing to any policeman, because policing is not just a job. They tell you that at the police college, it's a way of life. If you take it as just a job, then you will not be successful at it. So you talk about dedication. That means you got to pay them well.
Pay them well.
You got to talk about job security, and then equipment, and the tools, and the necessary thing you need to do your job. So unless you give someone that, and you also need to give them some power.
In fact,
like Toronto Police, we have a lot of discretionary power. So when you give a man discretionary power, although you must make him accountable,
yes,
then he's likely to do more for you.
My my Instagram people insist that they want to see your face.
Okay. Okay, I'll take off my glasses then.
Can you wave to them?
Hello,
can you see yourself too?
Yeah, I'm going to get a tan now. I've been in jail for about a week now. So.
Okay. Right. So, my dear Instagram people, forgive me for that. I was being selfish. But now you have him. And so I hope you can also hear my voice and hear his voice as well. Okay, beautiful. So, motivation, being well paid, being well trained as well.
Well trained.
And what about wearing uniform? Do you buy your uniform or you are giving your uniform?
Oh no, so that's going to be more interesting, because once you graduate from the police college, you're given a box.
Okay.
You get your winter boot, your regular shoes that you wear to work, and you get your dress uniform, the one you wear for special occasions.
Yes.
And you are given about 4 pants and about 4 shirts.
Okay, so you have uniform that are 4 different types, 4 uniforms.
No, not for you, one uniform.
One uniform for 4 types, 4 of them.
No, same. That means you can change.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, 4.
One uniform in 4 places.
In 4 places, yes.
Okay, that means you will always look clean all the time.
You always can, and the good thing about it when I was new on the job is they give you a voucher.
Okay.
So you go to the dry cleaner, So you give them a voucher.
So
they clean uniform for you.
They even clean it for you.
They will clean for
And it doesn't require you to go and use your money.
No. Then I say you work you finish your shift, then you take your uniform. Sorry. And you take your uniform and then you go to the dry cleaner that is licensed by not licensed by authorized by Nigerian Police.
Yes.
So you go there, you drop your uniform off on your day. Like we work 7 days on, 5 days off.
Wow.
So at the end of your 7 days, so you drop off your uniform, and then they say you tear off a voucher and you give it to them.
But you are releasing a nice bullet. So you say 7 days work.
Yeah, we work
5 days.
There's so many
off.
things to do about a police thing that the reform I read it on the newspaper. They don't even know what they're doing about reform. Yeah, these are serious.
Okay, so
like my shift, my current shift is I work 7 days on and then 5 days off. Okay. I work 7 afternoons and then I'm 5 days off. I work 7 nights, then I'm 5 days off. So on my 5 days off, they kick out. On my 5 days off, that's when we do paid duties. We call it paid duties because I hope police officers are listening to this. We do paid duties because you know how you have parties and they hire police.
Yes.
We don't do it like that way. Here you give money to the DPO and the DPO send to the boy. Instead of DPO bring boys for you. We don't do that. If you want,
isn't that criminal?
Yeah. Well, there's so many things that are criminal in Nigeria that people don't pay attention to. Yeah, but then you go to
because the police did not start like this. No, honestly.
Then let me just finish up on that. Then you go and then say you want 5 police officers at your birthday party. Then you go to you call online or you book for 5 police officers. So once approved by Nigerian Police, then it goes on the database. So the officers apply for it. So the officer with the least number of hours will get it first. If you have 100 hours of paid duty and I have 50, I'll get it before you. So that's how you do it, and the money goes straight to the officer. Goes straight to your bank account. So an average, like a constable will make about $80 an hour on the pay duty. So, but with a minimum of 3 hours. So the employee would pay that $80.
And that's minus your salary.
No, that is not. Yeah, salary is not included. So the same money they pay DPO, right? So then that they do that. Then they pay I believe 8 or 5% to the Nigerian Police Service, where they can then that's what they do. But if you need a police car, then you pay additional money for the guy to bring a police car. So these are the incentives that I believe they should be thinking in reforming the police, because officers need to be comfortable. Officers need to be properly compensated. We can't keep blaming them. These guys are stressed out because they can't pay their bills. So although you can fault them for what they do, I mean, they are the police, but at the same time, we must look into who benefit from a bad policing in Nigeria. I think it's the elite and the government officials, because if you have a working police force like the one we have in Canada, then all these officials cannot go about with the criminal activities that they do. Like a lot of the political elite are all grouped together. Like one of my presentations in Uniben last year, I called them a criminal organization. Where you get a group of elite ministers, governors, president, all of that. They all come together and they have army, everyone going after to protect them. Meanwhile, they are the one committing the most crime than the regular people, and nobody's addressing that. The reason why they like the system the way it is because if you give the police power, you train them well, you pay them well, and the police are no longer carrying the purse of their girlfriend or their wife. Police have power. The police will be able to look into, okay, what are these guys up to?
Yes.
So they benefit from it. That's why I don't believe.
So in that case, nobody is actually above the law.
Nobody's supposed to be above the law. So that's why I don't believe the president's leadership, whether in political leadership or police leadership, will be able to really affect a good police reform, because reforming the police will put them at a disadvantage. So that's my take. I mean, I said that boldly. That's that is.
So in effect, therefore, it will be difficult to change the current police status as it is.
I think it's almost impossible.
Well,
it's almost impossible because the people that.
But the constitution was set up for the police to also play an independent role, I think.
But the system have involved in a way that police have no control over what they do. Police are seen as a regular person. A policeman is a man of integrity, a man of higher position, a man that people look up to in the community. And by the time you have reduced them to carrying the bag, say they carry the bag of your girlfriend, being a driver, go to the farm for the DPO, then you have demoralized them. By the time you demoralize them, and the same people that demoralize them, that use them for their own advantage, you're asking the same people to reform the police for you. It's not going to be possible.
So,
I think I don't want, it don't have to be me that do the job, but I think to get the job done, you need a higher up that maybe train abroad and understand the environment here, and then be able to
I think there should be a need for an environmental mindset that will probably also change, the concept of allowing one part of the polity to gain everything while the other part suffers the consequence of nothing. That's not fair, right?
Yeah, no, that's not fair, no.
Yeah. So, but therefore, shouldn't we look for a way to change, allow the Constitution to work well, let the rule of law prevail, and then give the police its pride of place, being an independent law enforcement agency? Isn't that what we are?
But what was the last time you read the Nigerian Constitution?
Okay, all right.
Because the Nigerian Constitution is very complicated. The Nigerian Constitution doesn't really make provision for this thing to be easily done. The Nigerian Constitution doesn't make police to be more efficient and effective in their job.
So that Constitution has actually...
That Constitution, to me, that Constitution is garbage. I'll say that. Our Constitution is garbage.
Okay.
Because the Constitution doesn't... At one time, I went to read about... Because I was worried. I was worried about how come some people are arrested and are kept in the police station.
Definitely.
I was in Nigeria, and somebody I knew was arrested. And I went to the police station and saw like people there for like 2 weeks. And I went to the Constitution to actually read why come people are locked up. But when you look at it, say when you arrest somebody, it's 72 hours before you release them. They have so many clauses and all that.
But those laws, they exist too.
Yeah, but
they actually exist.
But unlike
you're not supposed to be kept more than 48 hours. The law exists.
No, but in Nigeria, it's complicated. They said if there's no magistrate sitting where you are arrested, then they make it longer. Then but the thing is, who's going to hold the police accountable if they don't do it? Because the court system is bad. The justice system is corrupt. So otherwise, ordinarily for Toronto, the way I can only say how we do it. Then you can compare. Once we arrest somebody on the street for a crime, the first thing the police officer does is to ensure to check if they can be released.
Okay.
Before they appear in court. That's the primary purpose.
Yeah, because you can be released on self-recognition, and then come yourself to the court.
And I would say the court date. Then the second thing we do is, okay, you can be released and we'll say the court date, then maybe you don't meet that criteria. Maybe the crime is a little bit more serious.
Like murder or something like that?
No, not murder. You don't release on scene for murder. Murder is a more serious crime.
Yes.
Then, or we release you with condition on the street. Say, okay, you have a fight with your girlfriend. There's a condition you're not allowed to go near your girlfriend within 100 minutes.
So restraining order.
We put a restraining on that. We can release you on that. Or if you don't have that, we take you to the station. You come to the station, you meet a guy like an officer like me. I'll be the officer in charge of the station. So when you come, you parade, you bring the accused before me. The first question I usually ask the officer, why was this man not released at the time?
Yeah, okay.
At the time of arrest. Then the officer would then explain to me on video that we brought him to prevent the continuation of the offense.
Okay.
Or to ensure the safety of the victim. Or because this guy is so bad, he has committed so many crimes that we don't trust him to release him. And then based on what they tell me, I would then decide if I should continue to detain him or not. Once I've done that, within 24 hours, I have to put him before a justice who will then determine whether they should be released or not.
So there's
if they cannot go directly, if they cannot go directly to court,
yes,
we will call into court, and there will be justice of the peace. We link everybody. We explain. Police have to explain why do you want to keep this man, and then at that point, the justice.
So the police is actually protecting even the person he has arrested.
Yes.
Okay.
So then
giving him a fair chance.
We give him a fair chance because police, like what we're saying, you can't take the job personal. Your job as a policeman, you have to be neutral.
Neutral, okay.
Neutrality is the name. Your job is it's like when you watch people demonstrating the other day. The police job at demonstration or protest in that instance is to be neutral. Because people cannot see you like you are supporting the government or you are supporting the people. Your job is to maintain the peace. The only time you then step it up is after you have persuasion. You persuade the people to stop what they're doing if they're doing something wrong. Okay. Then you advise them that, look, what you're doing is against the law. Then you warn them and say, look, if you continue to do this, you're going to be arrested. Then you take physical action. Until you exhaust all those things, you're not supposed to take action against the citizen.
Okay. So now, the Nigerian situation, unfortunately, there appears to be no love lost. And from the way I'm hearing this, it appears also that it might be difficult to, get people to have a change of mindset. But what happened when the people turned against SARS? Looks as if it was more, of a bigger problem than we can imagine. Why do I say this? In SARS, the police suddenly felt threatened.
Yes.
Maligned. Okay? And the law, the people in government at that time, or they worked in now actually agreed that they will end SARS. And supposedly they've ended the SARS now. It's no longer in existence.
Okay.
But the people who are in the police, I don't think they are comfortable. They're not very happy. Some are not happy, some are scared, some are just indifferent. What do you think? How would you look at a Nigerian situation that doesn't appear to have a kind of order in the form and where it is executed?
Okay, I think the issue is this: police officers, the protests, police job. Police have to understand their job. Your police job on the protest, like I said, to be neutral.
Yeah.
Your job is to protect the protesters.
Okay.
Your job is to ensure that the protest is safe and the people protesting are safe. By the time you ensure that they are safe, and then you also have to prevent intruders and the criminal.
Okay, we had a lot of intruders.
But you cannot blame the citizen for that. That is the job of the police. You can't say, oh, you got to organize a protest. Some people came out, start burning buildings, and then you blame it on the protesters. No.
It's the police responsibility.
The police responsibility is to protect those that are protesting, to prevent people from infiltrating the protest, and to take out the bad elements. Unless you believe that the people protesting are the one causing the trouble, then you can
and you have to have enough proof.
You have to have enough proof. And then the best way to do it in the future is the protest organizers are supposed to work with the police.
Okay.
You call the police.
That's also very important.
Yeah. They call the police. The head of the I used to do when I work in the community response unit in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they call and say, okay, we're holding a rally today at Dundas Square. I said, for what? They tell me what? Okay. I'll send some of my guys there, officers. They go and they tell, okay, this is the route that you're going to use to protest. Then we protect them. Because sometimes you may be protesting, other people may be against you. Right? So if they are against you, then they may start to fight those who are protesting. That's the police job to prevent that. It's not the duty of the protester to protect themselves. It's not the duty of the protester to make sure people don't infiltrate. It is the job of the police. What happened is that our police, like I said, they are not dedicated and they are poorly trained in terms of all of this. A lot of them probably don't even know, and they are scared.
But we have police colleges in Nigeria.
What have you seen? One in Lagos. Did you see the one on channel televisions when they did the documentary?
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people in Nigeria, a lot of people joke around too much. I mean, police is serious business.
Yes.
And people should take it seriously. It starts with recruiting. How do you recruit police officers? In Nigeria, I was born in Benin. I believe if I wanted to join the police before I left, I have to know some chief or the Oba of Benin or some House of Rep. If you don't know those people, you can't join.
So,
or you get about 100,000 naira to bribe somebody to put your name in.
Wow.
And then when you get to the police college, then they don't. I'll tell you, when I was hired as a police officer in Toronto, you apply. The first question they ask you is, why do you want to become a police officer? And then they ask you, what have you done towards this goal of becoming a police officer?
Okay, you have to also merit it.
You have to also merit it. If you want to be a police officer, you have never volunteered and you have never worked in the community, why should we hire you to be a police officer?
Yeah, because you may not know what it takes, what it entails to work for
and the
community service.
And the idea that you can hire somebody from Sokoto, train him in Abuja, and take him to Warri to be a police officer is to me, it's useless. It's very unintelligent, because how would that officer be able to do the job?
So he will not understand the community.
First of all, he doesn't know the community. He doesn't speak the language.
Oh, wow.
And he doesn't know the terrain of the job. Because you're supposed to work with the community.
We're talking to Staff Sergeant Bassey Osagie, who is of the Toronto Police Force in Canada. He's our special guest in the studio today. And so it's now time for people to call. Is 0700 923 923 923. And I quickly need to say that there are people who probably are watching from Canada. It's ifm923.com. And those who are also listening to us and watching from Instagram, well, I'm happy that all of you are here now, and the phones are already blaring. So let's pick them one after the other. Right. Hello. Okay, we've lost that. Next one. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Yeah. Good afternoon. Speak louder.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Good.
The man again, the objection is very, very good.
Thank you.
How that question is related in Nigeria, I would even say that would be better. But aspect of policeman in Nigeria, they have without money coming back with the money. So you need someone like you to advise the government if you can do that, and then things will be better in Nigeria. Problem is out.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So am I supposed to answer, respond, or you respond?
I know you can respond.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. The thing is, you say to have advised the federal government. I don't think the federal government want to be advised. I have offered my services. I'm here in Nigeria. I believe they can get my services for free. But the problem is that what I find is that even when I try, I have friends that have been IG, that have been DIG, that have been AIG. So the problem I find is that when you try to talk to them, they don't bring you in to advise them. I think I believe maybe it's inferiority complex, or they think that you're going to take the power away from them, or take the position from them. But they don't realize that I'm happy to be a Toronto police officer. I'm not ready to leave now. And if I wanted to help them, it would be for me to assist. So that's what I would do. So I don't think the federal government is ready, because you cannot crime. Like, what am I going to say? Like you.
Hello.
You have the leadership.
Hello. Good afternoon. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. Your name and place of call, please.
Sgt Bassey Osagie. Good afternoon, I greet you.
What's your name, sir? We didn't hear your name.
My name is Bolta from Abuleba.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Wow.
One thing I want to say is that I have seen where Nigerian police uniform is being sold by roadside sellers around summer.
Wow.
I don't know how. I told you that I was so shocked. I had to walk back twice and see it. So because that my eyes were not seeing food, I was disappointed. And then I found out that they pay for their own uniforms from their own money. I get them the transfer, they don't give them any money to travel for their transfer. What kind of country are we? Are we slavery? Because that is slavery. Unfortunately. If I have my way, I will join Mr. Brother and I'm in Canada. My children are doing gymnastics. Nothing is done about sports in this country. My children we need a better future. Because they're the products of our future. They're not better than our own sports.
Don't worry, we're trying to correct that now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I pray you can correct it. Bye-bye.
Amen. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Speak louder.
Yeah, I said good afternoon.
Yes, I said good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, this is Bassey talking.
Bassey talking to Bassey. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm listening to this police officer. That's your program.
It's not police of a thing. That's not good English at all. It's a policeman. When you say police of a thing, it's very denigrating. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I think I'm listening to your program concerning the police and the ex-captor that people are discussing.
Yes, go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, it's not a question. You know, as a Nigerian, I've been hearing the comments of people.
Okay.
And each time everybody is brought on board to talk about the ex-captor and the police, they will be saying that the police are not well trained and they need peace for that. But the truth that people are supposed to understand is, if you look at the UK police, that riot is also going no part in the world that are not fighting over one thing or the other and burning down of one thing or the other.
You have a point.
Right.
We have a point. Yeah. Good. Yes, you are right.
Yes. And another thing is, police training. I've been in that police college that people are saying, there's no training that these policemen have not undergone. But this time anybody stands in that platform to talk, is saying police are not well trained. Can anybody please come out and show us how police are trained, even in the US, that they are still carrying out all these riots and killing or burning of property? In fact, let us not be demanding on all these empty philosophies and high-standing nonsense that people are talking.
Okay. Okay, let me tell you something. Hello, relax. I like your reaction. I'm happy with your reaction. Let me ask, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Let us stop hating police. Let police stop hating people.
Yes, I like that.
But he's being
okay.
I
like that.
To him.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question?
Yes,
okay, good. The things he has said and what I have said, the way the police, is it correct for police to buy his own uniform? Because the rest of the world, they supply uniform to the police that they recruit. Yes or no?
If you are talking, before I answer yes or no, if you are talking of police training, it has nothing to do with supply of armament. That's one thing that is true. And the government knows that it is their responsibility to be providing the police with all these gadgets.
Okay.
Far different from training a policeman.
Okay. Yes.
Far different. People should stop it and be saying that police are not trained. You know the people that are training the police in the colleges?
So why is the police still behaving like they are not trained? That's the question. Can you answer that before you stop shouting? Of course, we agree, but we correct them. No, that's not what he said, and there was no such thing said at all.
Okay, let me respond to this man. I'll respond to him.
Yes.
You cut him off. You can cut him off. You can cut him off. I'll respond to him.
Go ahead.
Hello, yeah, I know, yeah, you seem angry and so emotional, and that's part of the problem of Nigeria. You get so emotional without knowing the issues. The issue we are talking about here is how do we improve the police. What we have talked about here today is more of how about on the side of the police officers. We are not castigating them. I'm a policeman, and I'm very proud of my job, and I love a fellow policeman. It's not easy for you to wake up in the morning, put on a uniform, and knowing that you may not come back home. That's not what we're talking about. Where it's people like you that is the problem, because now you are being emotional. Here in Nigeria, what I find is that people don't like when other people are being punished for a crime. If somebody is doing something wrong, say it. Not just because you don't like, depends on the color, they are from your tribe or you get emotional about it. By the time we start punishing people for crime, to show deterrent, to show that you can go to jail so that you can be punished for doing something wrong. That will be our progress. You want to compare United States Police and the Nigerian Police, but you have to also look at the the environment. No police service is perfect. Toronto police is not perfect, but we are talking about the ideal and the way we have
the effort you make
and the effort
by making the ideal
possible.
Okay.
So that's what we are trying to do here in Nigeria, to make sure that our police officers are well paid, their well uniform is given to them, no, they don't have to buy it.
And they're well
to
trained.
make sure they are well trained, to make sure they have everything they need to protect us from harm, to make sure that they have the guns and the weapons to fight the criminals. That is what we are talking about. Once we have that, then we'll be able to get people to live our life and be happy, and without they're afraid that somebody's going to come to our house at night while we sleep. So that's what we are fighting for. We don't need to be emotional about it.
Good. Thank you very much. We'll take some more calls. There are so many calls blaring here. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, it is said that when you plan to fail, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Okay.
Now, if the police force or the policemen are buying their uniform, who is to be blamed?
Exactly. The system, right?
So the point remains that if you want to be out of the shame, you need to make plans to be out of it. Now, if there's going to be, now I listened to your guest when he was saying that the people at the helm of affairs that are even friends to him are not willing to listen. That is to tell you that they are actually acting on the script. They are working towards the script.
What kind of script is that?
So, they are hidden agendas. You cannot have someone full of knowledge, having wisdom, giving you advice, and you are refusing it. So that's to tell you that they have a hidden agenda. So the point is, if there is going to be any form of reform, if the guest seated there with you is telling you that the people that are the helm of affairs in the police force are not even willing to listen to them, to him, whenever he's talking to them, or feeling as an inferior, receiving as a words of knowledge from them, that is to tell you that they are in there for a purpose which is demonic.
Okay, all right. That's the point. That's the point you've made, and so we want to thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Uncle Soni.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm Juliet. I'm calling from Festa.
Okay, Juliet, go ahead, please.
Okay, last year, my younger brother joined the Nigerian Police recruitment around March.
Okay.
And in October last year, they passed out.
Okay.
I am telling you categorically, quote me everywhere. This boy has not been paid a penny till today that I'm talking to you.
And Bassey is foaming in the mouth from the other side.
They have not paid him 10 naira.
Why didn't they pay him? Is he not employed?
He has been employed to a point that they went to Abuja for capturing and other documentation, stuff like that. Even to our state headquarters at Owerri, they went there to do some other paperwork. Till today, still the same story.
But is he still working as a policeman?
It's still that he is now.
So how does he get on? How does he get by? What money does he use to feed his family and all that?
He said one time they went for a special duty somewhere in our next community. And I asked him, you're going for a special duty. Did they give you anything? He said they gave them 1,000 naira. For special duty, what if it's normal duty? That they have been doing for over a year now, no pay. Special duty 1,000 naira. That's aside. One time he was having issues with his uniform. He asked me for some money. That I had 5,000 naira. And I asked, how much is the uniform? He said 20,000 naira. We have to supply him that. His apartment, he's staying with some of his colleagues. Okay.
Thank you so much. These are points that we definitely have to ask the police hierarchy one way or the other, and they have access to the tape. They will also play it back. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Hello. How are you, Simon? Your name? Good afternoon.
How are you doing? Afternoon.
Not bad.
God bless
Yes.
you.
God bless you, sir.
And your guest, Sergeant. When your guest was speaking,
Yes.
I was just thinking maybe he was talking about some place in heaven, not here on earth. Because if you look at the cap now, I don't know whether we can even, just as you said, we are said now, to me, I will just see them as long term, because it is long term now, because all what we are said now, we have not even started, we have not started at all. We have not started at all. So if you listen to the Inspector General of Police, you are listening to him speak about this insight. I was almost sharing here when he said they will never allow this kind of protest to happen again. Meaning, in any venture, and very completely and say they want to protest, they will come out and shoot everybody down. You can see the thinking, even at the echelon, the leadership of the police. So I don't know where I want to start. Every time I prepare on your show on Saturday, I just write it down and prepare to call you. Because I know you will bring topical issues that are inside the confrontation of the nation. So for me now, I don't know where to start from. Because the situation is so bad.
We will have to start from the point of sanity, and then I would say we have to start from somewhere called sanity, so we can begin to retrace our steps back to sanity.
Exactly. We have to start. We have to see. I'm sorry about that. For me, I'll just say, I'll just pray. Because I think what is the game ourselves now, we can continue in the next hour and both your show. We continue to discuss it even tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you so much. So let me get somebody else. Hello, Dr. from Aja. Yes, hello. Good afternoon. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to lash on the last caller because I've been listening to the...
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Festus. I'm calling from the Osagie area.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. In fact, I'm weeping in my heart because the truth of the matter is that we have not started this policing as a country. Why I'm saying this is that even the so-called police officers, we don't do proper recruitment. You just see human beings that they will just take all these, you cannot even trace their background. And most of them, they are criminals. Sorry to use that word. Who gave them that access? How did you come about their background? No way. But if you know someone that can put you there, okay, that's the end. You enter. So how can this reform we are talking, how can it go down from that level? Thinking of a situation that a voluntary job in this country is through that. And look at the statement that man just made in the discussion. He said, you must have engaged yourself in a voluntary job. There is voluntary job workers in this country. And if you are not engaged voluntarily in terms of doing voluntary job, then that dedication, that zeal to move on will not be there. All we are saying is just the money, and the money to make it in a very wrong way. So please, I just pray that God, in His infinite mercy, should come and make this reform to work.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Okay. Before I let my guests talk, let me take one more call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Fine. My name is Blessing.
Okay, you're calling from where?
I'm calling from Irabor.
Okay, go ahead, please.
I'm here. I just happened to come from church and from my radio. I'm hearing your program directly now.
Thank you.
I can say that recently I'm a police officer.
Okay.
And I'm working right here in New York.
Okay.
Whatever character that is being displayed by policemen outside is being caused by the officers you are working with. You are hearing me?
Yes, sir.
In most cases, before a policeman go outside, a fine flag has been placed on that police officer. At times, before you sign for rifle for going out, you have to know that when you are coming, you are going to pay money. The vehicle you are going to use, the policemen that are using it are going to be the one repairing it. The uniform you wear, you buy by yourself. Even to even stationaries in the office, you do them. At times I get confused. Why should I even be a police? But when there is no work, you start to live with them. At times, if on the weekend you can't even make up your so-called promise, you see people are there who have been pushed. They say, "Send this man away. I will take over this one." You go outside, the anger you see police put on populace outside, they are being pushed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because of the time, I can't take a lot too much talk per person, and then there's no time left. I'd like my guests to have a moment to really address some of the calls we've had.
Okay. Thanks to all the caller. Thanks for your concern. I believe the most important thing, because we don't have all the we don't have all the time in the world to discuss about today, is that what we have to ask our government or our representative, what are the policing standards in Nigeria for crime prevention, for law enforcement, to assist victims of crime, for public order management, and for emergency. And when you go to your local police station, like the DPO, what is the DPO working with? So there should be a standard, like containing the guidelines to assist police in terms of how the community patrol, how they do crime prevention and all that. Unless you have that, you're not going to be able to solve the problem. But if you don't train the police and give them the tools they need, they're not going to be able to also do the job for you. I just want to talk, I think I will be, most people will not be happy with me if I don't touch on the issue of community policing. If you don't mind, sir. Yeah, the issue of community policing, like a lot of people ask me about it. And I said, community policing is a philosophy. It's not a program. So it's an organizational structure that you talk about working partnership with the people.
With the people, okay.
And the people, you work together to enhance the general well-being of the people or safety of your community. Okay. So the point I want to clarify is this, and I'm doing this because I really believe that Nigeria can change. By setting up a Moteku or what they're doing in Benin today, those are just glorified security guards. That is not community policing.
They're like vigilante groups?
Yes, that's not community policing. Community policing have to come from the police.
Okay.
That means every police station must have a section within the police station that is called community response unit.
Okay.
If you have about 200 officers in a police station, maybe about 20 of them should be dedicated to community policing. Yes. That means those are the people that go out to meet with the landlords, to meet with business owners, to meet with the tenants, to meet with people, and they get to see what is going on, the crime trend in the community. So for a police officer, you need to know the where, when, and where a crime might be committed. Then you come up with a problem-solving solution. And then once you come up with a strategy on how to solve the problem, then you then monitor it. But the feedback has to come from the people. So what I see with this Omoteku or the one they have in Benin is that you're going to have a group of people poorly trained, poorly equipped, with no power, going to the community, and the community
probably do things as they like.
And the community have no respect for them. Because if you report a crime to them, they have no authority to really do anything. I think it would have been better if those people were hired by the police and trained from within the police. So the money we are used to wasting in Amoteco and all those things, you should use it to take care of the police that we have, and then equip them, train them, and get the community policing out of them. So it's like you are creating, it's like in Nigeria, when you can't solve the problem, you create EFCC. Because EFCC are all police officers. It's supposed to be part of the fraud department of the police department. You create the federal road safety. Federal road safety is supposed to be the traffic division
of the police.
Of the police. Then you create what else? Then you create the civil defense. Civil defense is supposed to be take out the border and all that. then what do? Then when you are driving from Lagos to Benin, you see custom officers on the road.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
That's very strange. What
are
those
guys should be arrested. If a guy can take a car,
because they're supposed to be at the borders.
If a guy can take a car from the wharf and he couldn't clear it or get it out, then once it's inland, it should be the police job to ensure that that car is safe. And it's not even the police. I mean, the way we do it's not our job to say how much you pay for it or not. the job what we look for is this car stolen? If it's not reported stolen, then it's not our problem.
So modern technology should also make sure that communication is not lacking. That means everything, if a car is stolen, it should go into the computer.
Oh yeah, if a car reported stolen, then it goes into the system. Yeah. So if an officer put the car over around the license plate of the vehicle, then it will tell you that it's stolen. Even there are some malls in Toronto, like your Mall. Once you drive a car into that mall, there's a sensor
that will tell you that the car is stolen.
Then they call the police. There's a stolen vehicle that you drove into the compound. So they have it like the Lekki toll gate. Any car that's stolen should be able to flag it.
Yes,
if it comes in. But I don't even think we have database for license plate in Nigeria. So most of those plates are not really in the database. So I don't know. I don't think that's going to be possible for now because all those plates, some of them are just. Remember in the old days when I was a young kid, you get a cardboard, you cut the license plate in it, you put it on you take your damn license plate off, and you white it out, then the license plate show up, and you drive it around.
Okay, we will just have about. Oh my God, it's only 1 minute. Thank you so much for being a very exciting and knowledgeable, policeman, police officer, and a trainer for that matter too. Toronto Police Force. Is that community?
No, it's called Toronto Police Service. They removed the force because it's not supposed to be a force. It's a service. You are there to protect and serve your community.
Right, because I think that was what Nigeria did some time ago. They changed it from Nigeria Police Force to Nigeria Police.
Okay, I thought it's called Nigeria Police Force. They removed the force because when you say force, that is colonial. That means you're forcing people. Our job is to serve and protect, not to force people. We prefer compliance than force.
Okay.
So sorry it's too short, but I got a lot to say. But
thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
I want to tell all of you there, those will ruffle their feathers and those that got trained or gained a lot of knowledge from this, thank you all. It is all of you, your emotions and everything that makes the program what it is. So, and Bassey Osagie, Staff Sergeant Bassey Osagie, sir, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad. I hope I have the time to say this. You were my hero growing up. You're Soni Irabor, NTA. So when I saw you, I was like, wow.
I'm so glad to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And for all of you, thank you so much too. The Advent just started, so just a month to the end of the year. Christmas is less than 26 days away. I just want you to enjoy yourself, pray for the best, and may you be safe all through the season. Bye-bye now. It's 3 o'clock, 92.3, your #1 family radio.
I talk too much, so I don't have time.
Nobody's good.
I know my job.
That's the beauty of a show, talk show that. You just be talking, flowing.
The revisitation is brought to you by the St. Petersburg Jigo Foundation. Live in the dark place.
So we will give you your